Alright guys, I'm back for another video. BlastBoxx TV, Officialdregs on the mic. I'm doing a video I usually don't do that much because I'm mostly trying to stick to wrestling, but I like to deviate sometimes into other forms of entertainment. This time I want to cover the entertainment field of video games. Not like the Nintendo video games your parents used to always call it, which is kind of stupid. But on my list of remasters that I really hate, I only have 3, and 2 of the 3 are from one company, and I'm sure you probably already can guess who they are. The first one, which at this point I'm just gonna merge it. The 2 games are World of Warcraft Reforged and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD, both from Activision. Both games were remasters, retakes, reboots, whatever you want to call it, and both failed dramatically. Reforged was supposed to be better than the original, but the original looked better and performed better in every single way. Activision, Blizzard, whatever, they made it to the point where as soon as you install this version, they won't autosave, which means you're stuck playing that version. Which, if you're someone that's that dedicated to the franchise, that's you SOL pretty much, because you will have to start the game all over again, uninstall so much stuff just to reinstall and do everything from scratch, and by that time it's a headache. Reforge, I haven't heard much about it, but I'm pretty sure it's still broken as it is. It's par for the course mostly in this entertainment, and it's just, I don't know, man, just stupid. The Tony Hawk game, that game was pretty much remastered, and it was released without all the key features, gameplay things, whatever you want to call it, mechanics. There was no editor, there was no that many choice of skaters. I think I played it. It didn't have that many maps, levels, skating areas, whatever you want to call it. It didn't have that many in the game. And personally, my favorite is the Chicago skate park. It wasn't in the game, so I went to they remastered again, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, which has it in the game. So yeah, those 2 from Activision, it kind of shows you that they really don't take these remasters as seriously as like Square Enix and a few other companies. The last one, and mostly not least, is the Rockstar Definitive Edition of GTA. Me and many other people knew this game would be bad for a few simple reasons, and I'll name 3 of those reasons right now. One of the reasons is we started seeing reports of Take-Two, Rockstar going at the modders for mods and stuff about for GTA 3, San Andreas, and Vice City, which tipped us off, all of us off, gamers, that these 3 games be remastered, and the hype for that was off the charts because those 3 games set the foundation for the rest of the series. Luckily, you can still pirate the games and use the mods that way, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Second, they did not show that much detail and gameplay. like anytime you want to release a game, you need a gameplay trailer so you can see like what's the graphics look like, what's the story, the characters, the plot, stuff like that. This time around they didn't do that. They just did like scenery shots and stuff like that, which was like should have been a red flag for you. But then again, it's Rockstar and they never, I mean, never did something this stupid before. And when the game finally came out, yeah, it pretty much tainted their like perfection, the perfection standards and tarnished their legacy. And the last one, the most damning, is the games are not from the console ports. The games are from the mobile ports, because they have Grove Street. I guess I think it's like an independent studio, or they own the studio. They fund them to remaster the games, and they didn't use the console ports. They just used the mobile. Which, if you look at the mobile stuff is more clear than even the definitive edition. So they pretty much didn't do anything but use AI upscale on stuff and just tweak certain things. Some things were better than the original, but the rest was just bad. They removed the smoke in the LOD, so you can fly in a helicopter, plane, whatever, and you can look at the whole map, and it takes away the aura of what San Andreas and I think all the other maps used to have back in the day. Just characters don't look the way they're supposed to look. Some of them look like Sim 3, Sim 4 characters. Plenty of bugs. The rain feature was just unbearable. I know on 3, the bushes now are like concrete, so if you try to hit them to get away from the cops, whatever, you'll crash the car. It's just so many bugs. It's on par with Cyberpunk 2077, which is ironic because Rockstar was like, we're trying to avoid being like a Cyberpunk type of release, whatever. And lo and behold, they happen to become a Cyberpunk disaster. And honestly, I wasn't even shocked by at this point when I saw all the other details. I think it's like a 0.5 on like gas Metacritic, which I really don't care for. On Steam, it's in the like top 10 most downvoted games or hated games, which is good. Shows that us games are not that stupid and gullible for them. And the modders actually going to the definitive edition, and they're actually editing, modding that game. So it's like, either way, Rockstar, you're going to have people modding this game whether you like it or not. But yeah, it's just sad, for real. Rockstar had all this money and they poured it out to a mobile game developer who the owner was happy that all this issues was going on, which tell you about his mindset. But from there, I want to talk about I want to talk about Activision Blizzard and all that stuff. Just came out that Bobby Kotick, wherever how you say his stupid last name, got busted for, how should you say, for his what was it, unprofessional conduct, threatening employees on voicemail back in the day, paying people off to settle out of court, have employees taking naked photos of people killing themselves in that company because of that, which is, I think, a federal crime to take those photos and then post them online. They had a suite called the Bill Cosby suite, which put those together, you get the connotation. I think it was Bobby or somebody else where they was talking about at a party that the ladies need to get more drunk so the guys can have fun, whatever that is. And they brought in a woman and a man to lead, I guess, Blizzard. The woman, she still didn't get a pay raise compared to her, to a male counterpart, and they only gave her a pay raise when she gave her notice to leave, which should tell you more about what Activision really thinks. Bobby recently came out and said, hey, he might just step down because he might step down if he can't fix things in Activision, Blizzard. And my thing is, Bobby, you might as well just leave now because you're not going to fix anything. He was stifling production, productivity. He was blocking certain people from being fired, and some of those certain people are on the board or are friends with Bobby. So of course you're gonna have their back. They have his back. Most of the board are in line with Bobby, which tells you about their morals and how they feel about people. There's like a shareholder group that's like 0.1 or 0.5 of stock they own. They calling for Bobby, but they don't have that much power. At this point, if I'm anybody working Activision, Blizzard, or better yet, Ubisoft was going through similar things, just not that public, I would just leave Activision Blizzard, contact former employees, former bosses who went and started their own studio or part of a new studio and work for them, because this company is a sinking ship. It's the Titanic of gaming. It's going to sink, and it's going to sink hard, and Bobby is the iceberg. Now, I'm not sure about other people, but I do know Sony came out. Phil, no, not yeah, Phil Spencer from Xbox came out, and both said they're weighing their options with Activision. And at this point, I'm like, just do the same thing what you did to Cyberpunk. Jim Ryan, pull it from the Sony store. This issue is a lot bigger than what Cyberpunk was, but they won't do it because behind the scenes they're buddy. My thing is, if you're gonna speak about it, do it. There should not be 3 press releases. Oh, we're thinking about it. Oh, we run the options. Well, we're still thinking about it. No. You got you start the first phase, come out talking about it, and you sent the emails out to your people. Second phase, you came out and you put a press release. That third one, you need to cut the cord from them. Period. Nobody cares if Activision is one of the best publisher out there for the Sony console. Morals first, money second. Anybody that put money first is not a person, but a shield, and they need to be put down. Anybody that tried to defend their corporation and try to say, well, you got to get the corporation side. Screw the corporations. Since this virus thing started, what have you seen? People, instead of working, taking the stimulus checks, especially in the food industry, saying, F you employers, you've been running me to the ground too long. Now I'm just about to sit back, collect these checks, and be on my way. The day of, oh, these companies do whatever the heck they want because you work for them, blah, blah, blah. Nah, screw that. Screw all these 60s, 70s, 80-year-old white men in these companies. Screw them. They all got the same similar pattern. And I'm pretty sure all of them was, when they was younger, oh, they was insecure, they was being bullied. Now that they're in these companies, oh, I can do whatever the heck I want because I'm big, bad, and I got all this money. Screw you guys. You're nothing. The developers, the people on the ground level, they're the ones that need all that money, not you. All you white guys that sit at the board who don't care about anybody else's morals and just want to collect these checks and do all these things to people, screw you. Screw all of you. The people who get chastised the most, the people who get hated the most are the developers, not you. And all you have to do is like, oh, I'm just not going to listen with your $1 billion. And if you get fired or released somewhere, you get a severance package. Screw you. Screw all of you. Especially you in Activision. There's a woman who died because somebody was taking pictures of her naked, and all y'all can say is, well, we feel sorry for that. No, it's screw you. I never seen any of this stuff from any other developer or any other race or whatever. I don't see this from publishers that have an Indian man as the lead, or Hispanic man as the lead, or the Asian man as the lead. It's always these white old men who do these things, and then once the spotlight get on them, they want to panic. The days of you guys, not just in gaming, but every industry, the days of you guys thinking you have control of everybody, you don't. There's plenty of people, instead of going to these record labels, starting their own record labels or joining indie record labels. They don't need your devil worshiping hand on them. Not everybody has a price on their soul to make it in this industry. Hollywood, just like you. Now many people want to play a little BS games with little white executive guys and all these devil worship things and doing all this casting couch stuff, and then when y'all get busted, y'all got Pikachu eyes. I don't hear that. I don't hear Tyler Perry doing these things to people. I don't hear this stuff happening in Japan. There's always these white guys in America doing this stuff. Yes, I'm going on a tangent, but it has to stop. TV has to stop. Netflix has to stop. That is why one of my goals in life was to start my own gaming company so I can get into gaming, so I can be one of those guys who say, hey, I saw all these other demonic dudes, white dudes, in control, doing all these things to people. My company's not going to be like that. My company's going to have morals. My company's going to have standards. We're going to have quality. We're not going to rush our stuff out and then be like, oh, we'll do a day one patch. No, we ain't going to do that. We're going to have a five-step testing program to make sure any and all our games come out perfect, better than these big-ass publishing games. So everybody, y'all can enjoy y'all little remasters, all this stuff. I'm doing it the easy way. I'm doing the best way. With my pocket, with my money in my pocket. I'm not going to buy none of these games first day. And if I do, it's going to be a handful of games. Right now, the only game I'm looking at is Farm Simulator 22. Why? Because there's hardly any bugs in those games. Even though the publisher have, 1, maybe 2 years in between console release or PC release, whatever you want to call it. In the other games, they're doing mobile. But they're not going to use the mobile port for the next console game. They're building the next one up by the foundation. So as I said, the best way you can stop these shitty ass remasters, these half-ass attempts to make these nostalgia games, is to do it with your wallet. Control with your wallet. Do what you gotta do to say, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna buy this game. It's broken. I don't need this game. I can go back and play the original, or I can pirate the original, or I can go to a store and get a used copy. But I'm gonna get off this tangent. I'm at like 20 minutes on this thing, but I wanted to let you say that there's a lot of good people in gaming, Hollywood, and all these other places that try to do their best, but with all these demons around, all these a-holes around, just want money, ruining for them. So don't go around threatening developers, which in most cases, I think some of these developers or publishers, they try to use it as a crutch to say face, hey, don't threaten our people, blah blah blah. It's like, where's your proof? I want to see your proof, because if anything, you're the one bullying your own people. But I digress. So this is BlastBoxx TV. Just remember, stay out of the blast rage, might just get burned.